Boo! At the open, all-time high for the S&P 500.
It's your boy Jimmy. Jimmy.
Now what's worth doing is worth doing for money.
Straight from y'all street to Wall Street.
Anybody tells you money's the root of all evil, doesn't make up happen.
Dudes wake up, hope their girl turned on so they can get a little bit. Only woman in the morning, I wanna turn on this. Deck it quick. While the average man looking at this act like she fine as it. I'm over here looking at tails and whips like 5'6". I left the mayhem for the market. Now I don't want a dope spot, I want a stop pick. I know that booty got dropped, triggered my stop losses, but I ain't got time for your wop. My V-wops crossing. Rich with hot V's and pushing hot key. Strategy and plans to make grand. Still in my wife beater. Batman pajamas, house slides, and about 5 hot picks for the day. Cause I like the way the Dow bounce. 4 hot dips on call, so I got options. 2 with a lot of volume, 1 with a double bottle. Now I know dumb money don't understand. Am I talking about my trade or just thinking with my MACD? You see, we different in the way we move. You move with kittens and your dog, I move with bears and bulls. I got a green thumb, grow with the marijuana. Waking up with the fun, some commas. Jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, make profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. They used to watch me move them packs and die. Now I watch moves in the NASDAQ. Profits. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETL, make profits. I jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, make profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. Yeah. See, me and Jim Cramer been talking mad money. Said today I'm taking a risk. They got the feds coming, but I got support here with me. I call a short squeeze. You get the drop, pull the trigger, and abort these. If she stay on my watch list, I might have to wife her. But I know better. I'm a true trading group lifer. Call up the Wolf of Weed Street. It's time to flip some profits. Go ahead, be hawking. Get your spot here. I'll double top that in the head and shoulders. Hit him up with this resistance. Watch him roll over. Cause I see John Wicks in contract. If I say I make $1 million a day, well, that's a large cap. You moving average, that's why you get crossed. Get split, get delisted, and knocked off. And I'm setting the whole block off. I'm buying GameStop and selling them roadblocks off. Jump out of bed, make profits. Eat eat my bacon and egg, make profits. Light up watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my same making profits. They used to watch me move them packets. Now I watch moves in the NASDAQ. Profits. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETF. Hey, my family. Hey, go, what we doing, my man? Hey, make profits. Hey, Suge, Mike, what we doing? Hey, make profits. Yo, Wolf, Professor, what we doing? Hey, make profits.
That TTG money gang,
making profits.
We some snipers.
Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? What's going on, folks? Welcome to the True Trading Group live stream. Hope you all are having a wonderful Thursday afternoon. We are live here at the True Trading Group YouTube channel. My name is Michael Edward Paranoid. I go by Michael Edward, and I'm the co-founder and head trader at True Trading Group. We've got earnings on deck. Amazon is out. Airbnb is out. Both stocks are trading down around 5%. We're still waiting on some big ones. Obviously, Apple is the biggest of them all. We've got AMZN, Striker, MicroStrategy, Block, all still to come. I'm going to give you guys the analysis and the earnings live as they come across the wire, and then we're going to take that and figure out how we are going to make money tomorrow. Why should you listen to anything that I share with you on this live stream? It is not because I believe that I'm the world's greatest trader. It is because I got my start and I learned by professionals. I was trained by professionals on Wall Street. My first job out of college, working at T3 Alpha Fund in New York City. While there, they had me go through a training program before they let me touch $1 of the fund's money. And then 2008 happened, which was the Great Recession and the big stock market crash. But during that same year, I actually received one of the firm's Trader of the Year awards. You fast forward now, and I'm the co-founder and head trader of True Trading Group, along with my team of 8 other professional full-time trading mods and an over 30-person staff. We have helped thousands of members from all over the world reach their goals. 10,000 members, 114 different countries, truly something for everyone here. We day trade, we swing trade, we cover long-term investing, we trade stocks, options, futures, we do it all. Something for everybody here at TTG. So if you are new, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, of course. Make sure you turn on your notifications. You will never want to miss out on these live streams because we're dropping golden nuggets, giving free lessons, analysis, commentary, and trade ideas to help you guys make money. Without any further ado, let's get into the earnings, guys. We've got a disappointing report here from Amazon. And it's not that disappointing of a report, but the growth rate on their AWS was a little bit soft. And that's the real big growth driver behind Amazon. It certainly looks like with Microsoft's number yesterday that Microsoft kind of ate their lunch a little bit and that Microsoft maybe swallowed up some market share because Microsoft's number was far better than expected and Amazon's came in a little bit soft. So the thought process there is that Microsoft is maybe taking away some of that share from Amazon as that number comes in a little bit on the light side. Also, operating income number is also a little bit soft on Amazon. Their guidance was pretty much in line. We'll give you guys the numbers. First, their first quarter earnings, EPS was a top and bottom line beat. $1.59 earnings per share. Analysts were expecting $1.36. Sales came in at $155.7 billion. Analysts were expecting $155 billion. So those are beats. And their guidance for next quarter is also not bad at all. It's right in line with expectations. It's right smack in the middle. Analysts are expecting $161 billion for sales in the second quarter. Amazon said we expect $159 to $164 billion. So analysts right in line, their guidance right in line with analyst expectations. So the stock is trading lower, not necessarily because of a disappointing earnings report. Their earnings report is actually a top and bottom line beat, but the AWS, that's the real growth driver behind Amazon. And that growth rate comes in a little bit light. Okay. And that is, I think, one of the disappointing reasons and probably the reason why you're seeing Amazon trade itself to the downside now. Down around 1% on the day, but we were up significantly before the print. So that's why the stock is trading down around 4% or so in the after hours session. I'm going to take you guys over here to Amazon. If you guys caught my live stream last evening, I was on this YouTube channel. I was covering Microsoft and Meta earnings, and we were discussing about how I'm cautious on some of these other tech names because of the resistance levels that we have bumped up into. And I know everybody was very excited yesterday when those earnings came out, Microsoft and Meta. You got a big gap up in the markets today. But I told everybody inside of True Trading Group, and I'm telling everybody this right now, I am cautious now going forward. I feel like this rally that we just experienced, I think we're getting pretty much to the top end of that rally. I felt like if you got a really good Amazon and Apple earnings report, then maybe that rally could continue a little bit further. But I'm skeptical. I'm skeptical on Amazon. I was skeptical on Amazon, maybe with their guidance and what they're going to say about the consumer. But their guidance actually is fine, right? 159 to 164 billion on the guide. Analysts were expecting 161, so it's right in line. It wasn't a disappointing guide. The reason why the stock is down is because of AWS. So that's Amazon. But then I'm also concerned about Apple. I don't know what Apple is going to say. I'm not sure what's going on in China with Apple, and if Apple is going to get caught in the crosshairs of the nationalism and maybe the Chinese consumer, choosing to get a Huawei phone instead of an Apple phone. And obviously the tariff concerns, what's that going to do to Apple's guidance? Apple obviously brought in a huge shipment of iPhones ahead of the tariffs. So they have all this inventory. Are they able to move that inventory? Right? That's going to be the question. I'm concerned that they're going to be stuck with all this inventory of iPhones with a consumer that doesn't feel like spending $1,200 or $1,500 for a phone. So we'll have to see what Apple's going to say. But if you got disappointing earnings from Apple and Amazon today, I think that it's extremely possible you could just erase the whole day today and go right back down to yesterday's close and make it look like today's big gap up and the big rally like it never even happened. And so far, we are trading to the downside after hours in the overall market, and it's because mostly of Amazon, but you have other earnings too. Like, Block is down 13%, Airbnb is down 2.5%. Reddit is the lone darling right now. Reddit is actually one of the few stocks that's actually green right now on earnings, but we have a lot more that we still have to cover and go through. Make sure you guys hit that live button. You should see a red dot next to the word live. Down there at the bottom of your screen, I'm covering earnings as they come across the wire live. Make sure you guys are getting that information in real time and you're not watching this video delayed. So this is that resistance level. Okay. And guys, listen, do me a favor, make sure you smash that like button, show some love. If you guys like that I go through and analyze these earnings for you guys and cover the levels and how we're going to make money on the stocks tomorrow, share this live stream as well. Share it on your own social media. Let's reach out, educate, and empower as many retail traders as we possibly can. Twilio earnings are also out. That stock's moving to the upside. So let's just cover Amazon real quick, and then I'll get back to you guys with all of the other earnings. But Amazon's the big one, right? Here's your resistance level, okay? And this is the level that I'm cautious of. We talked about this yesterday. See this 50-day moving average, this dark blue line you see on my screen? That's the 50-day moving average. That lines up dead even at this previous pivot top, and that pivot top is from the 90-day tariff pause, right? That's where we just found resistance. You now have two levels that you should focus on when it comes to Amazon. Resistance, 192.5. Support, 180. Plain and simple. Those are your marks. There you guys can see that support right here from the gap up, okay, from a week and a half ago. Support, double bottom there. Now move back up to the upside. So you are caught in between these two levels, okay? So you want to structure trades for tomorrow on Amazon. It's longs at 180, it's shorts at 192.50. And I think Amazon is going to try to stay inside of that range. If Amazon were to take out the 180 support level during their conference call, and if that support level gives way, in my opinion, it is a short to fill that gap back down to 173.50. All right. That's Amazon. We're still waiting on Apple. Apple doesn't release right at the close. Apple usually comes about 20 minutes or so after the bell. So let's go over some of the others that are out. Airbnb, kind of a dud, right? Kind of a dud. Stock's down right now on their earnings, and it is a top and bottom line beat. It's a top and bottom line beat again. 24 cents versus 23 cents earnings per share. Revenue 2.27 versus 2.26 billion. So, I mean, it's a beat for Airbnb, but it is barely a beat. I'd almost argue it's basically just in line with expectations. And then they gave guidance as well. Q2, they're expecting 2.99 to 3.05 billion. Analysts are expecting 3.04. So they're a little bit light on the guide. It's in line, but on the lighter side. Okay, so it's a little bit light on the guide there for Airbnb. Stock's down 1.5%, right? 1.5% there, nothing too major. Let's check out some levels there in Airbnb. Very obvious one here, guys. Big resistance here, 125.5 or so. You guys can see here. Pivot tops from a few days back, and then 50-day moving average. What you'll notice is a lot of stocks are encountering their 50-day moving averages right now. And all of these stocks have death crosses that have formed over the last month or two. And now you're retesting the 50-day moving average on this bounce and this rally back. Expect those levels to be resistance. Okay. Look for those areas to be resistance. It's a very clear setup on a lot of different names across the market right now, as the SPY has gotten into a huge level of resistance that I'm a little skeptical on how much more room we have to the upside before experiencing a pullback. We had a jobless claims number today that was much weaker than expected, and that doesn't necessarily bode all that well going forward into the U.S. labor report that we're going to be getting tomorrow. So that's going to be a huge one. We want to see what happened to the unemployment rates. Unemployment rates sticking at is the unemployment rate sticking at 4.2, or is that going to climb just a little bit? All right. So that is Airbnb. All right. So it's Airbnb. Resistance up there at 125.5. Support levels 117. Not going to be on my watch list for tomorrow. I'm probably going to trade some other. I'm going to look to trade some other names, preferably Amazon and Apple. Beautiful support on Amazon. Look at Amazon now bouncing back. Nice. Look at that. That's the line. This is the line that we just drew on the daily chart. I'll go back to the daily chart. There's the line that we drew, showing you the support level. And look at and now the 3-minute chart. Drop. Boop. So very nice to see in the after hours session with earnings. Very nice to see the technical levels holding true while we are doing this here live and just calling out these levels for you guys. So we'll see if this bounce can actually hold. We'll see what happens when they've got their conference call coming up here in just a little short while. Still waiting on Apple earnings, guys. We'll give you that as soon as those numbers come across. But other companies that have come out with earnings, Reddit is up booming. So let's hit on that one. That's a fan favorite. Great stock to trade. Tons of volatility. Excellent range. And that stock is now up 20% on the day. 13 cents on the earnings per share. That is a big beat against 2 cents a share was the expectation. Also a big beat on sales, 392.3 million. Analysts expecting only 370 million. And they gave a monster guide, right? Everybody was nervous that a lot of companies were not going to report guidance because of the tariffs and the uncertainty, but you're getting guidance from all these companies, guys. Reddit, Q2 sales, $410 to $430 million. Analysts were only expecting 395 million. So that is a top and bottom line beat for Reddit, a significant top and bottom line beat. And they also raised guidance aggressively. That's got the stock up almost 20% on the day. Just an absolute beast. 117 all the way to 142 after hours, now sitting 140 and looking to possibly push higher. This will be a stock that we're going to have on the watch list for tomorrow. I would love to see this thing pull back a little bit underneath 130. It's kind of getting away from me now. I don't know if I'm going to get, that might be wishful thinking at this point. And then you have a little pivot resistance top right here at 141. And then your major resistance is going to be right there into 150. I would much rather prefer a pullback from here rather than trying to go long up here at 140 because I'll be too far away from a support level, because my target is going to be right here, this 100-day moving average, that purple line you see on my screen, and then this previous support level, right? See all this support back here? So it's like the low 150s, right? 150 to 152 or so. That's my target. All right. That's the target. And I don't know if I'm going to have a favorable risk reward setup to trade. So I think the stock is headed there. I just got to wait for a setup where the risk reward makes sense. That's one thing you guys want to make sure. Just because you think a stock's going to go in one direction doesn't mean you just enter the trade. Being a good trader is about identifying high probability setups, but also good risk reward. If you don't have solid risk reward setup, go find something else to trade. It doesn't matter if you think the stock's moving higher or not. That's the way that I always look at it. That's what I teach our 10,000 members inside of True Trading Group. Okay. Yeah. Twilio. Twilio's going crazy. I'm not surprised because the bill that True Trading Group has with them every month, I would hope that their earnings would be doing well because we personally, True Trading Group as a business, we use Twilio. And we give them a lot of money every month. So let's talk about Twilio. Twilio earnings per share, $1.14. That is a big beat against 94 cents and a nice little beat here on revenue, 1.17 billion versus 1.14 billion. I'm happy to announce that True Trading Group is part of that billion. So, and here's their guidance. Okay. Here is their guidance. I don't know why the stock is up 11% because their guidance isn't that great. It's really not. The guidance isn't that great. It's not bad. It's just not, I don't think it's 12% good. So earnings per share, analysts are expecting $1.04. They say 99 cents to $1.04. So light on the earnings per share, but they did beat on the guide for revenue. 1.18 billion to 1.19 billion is what the company expects. Analysts were only expecting 1.17 billion. Okay. So that's got Twilio rocketing to the upside on a guidance beat. I got to tell you, these earnings right now, not that terrible. Not that terrible. Let's talk about levels here for Twilio. And again, another big resistance level that we are running into, right? 110, 111, big resistance up here, guys. You can see pivot top there, 100-day moving average there. And you'll see previous to that, it was support. Watch out for that resistance level. I think you might get fades off of these levels going into tomorrow. I certainly would not be comfortable going long into these resistance levels. Okay, I think you have to be cautious of something that on Twilio and a lot of these others that looks like this tomorrow. See that candle? I think you got to be cautious for something that looks like that tomorrow. Okay, either a tail up there, or you just look for the candle to just close it right then to give you something that looks like that. So I just feel like, there's this resistance level that's up here around 110. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to really just rip through that. If you do and you clear it, I'd say you got to get to like 112, 113. And then I would say the level's cleared. Then you can look to buy pullbacks into that level. But I wouldn't really, me personally, I wouldn't be comfortable going long here. I'd almost rather wait for the break of the level and then buy the pullback to retest into it rather than get caught buying into that level of resistance. Okay. Let's hit on Block. Block is a dumpster fire. Horrible. Now 2 consecutive quarters in a row, just terrible earnings. Let's go through it here, guys. They missed on top and bottom line, and they are big misses. Okay. They only pulled in 56 cents a share and on earnings per share, and analysts were expecting 87 cents. But here's the kicker. Their sales come in at 5.77 billion. Analysts were expecting 6.2. So a big miss, top and bottom line there on Block. And that's got the stock down 16% on the day. Things getting pulverized right now, and rightfully so. It's a horrible earnings report. That's 2 in a row now. You can see the stock has gone from the mid 80s, okay, the low 90s, high 80s, now all the way down to $49 in just a matter of a couple of months. Okay, so just not a good earnings report here on Block. Just not looking good for this company. It's not something that I would, want to think about adding down here in the long-term portfolio or anything like that. I just don't think. I just don't see it. How two terrible earnings reports now back to back, and I think that you have a support level down here. The stock might try to take a breather. Down in this region, but you break this pivot low, which is the April 7th bottom, you break that low, you're looking at your next support is a gap fill to 44. And I think that's where the stock is headed. So I think that on Block, I would say look for shorts tomorrow. And here's a little resistance level that you can go short against. All right. It's right here. And I'll show you guys, it's this previous level. So there's support. Now you're underneath it. You look for that to be resistance, and then you look for this to be your target. Okay. So this level, for those of you that can't maybe see on the charts, is $51. Okay. So essentially you'll be looking for $51 to be resistance. Okay. 51 to 51.50. If there's any bounce tomorrow morning, this will be on my watch list for tomorrow. Okay. This will be on my watch list for tomorrow. So as you bounce up into 51, you look for it to be resistance and then drop down to 47 or 46.5, which is the April 7th low. Okay. So that's going to be one potential game plan there for XYZ. I don't understand why they changed their ticker symbol to XYZ, but their ticker symbol is now XYZ. All right. We still got another 5 minutes or so before Apple hits. So let's keep on going. Let's go to MicroStrategy. MicroStrategy came out with earnings as well. Stock's up 1%. Not much here. That's crazy. Their earnings are absolute dog shh. Absolutely terrible earnings. And the stock doesn't even care. The stock doesn't budge. You want to know why the stock doesn't budge? Because nobody gives a rat's ass that MicroStrategy is a software company. MicroStrategy has turned it into a Bitcoin ETF. And MicroStrategy just moves based on whatever Bitcoin is doing. If Bitcoin goes up, it goes up. Bitcoin goes down, MicroStrategy goes down. Their earnings are absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible. They lost $16.53 a share on earnings per share. Analysts were expecting them to lose 11 cents. Let me say it to you again. Analysts were expecting them to lose 11 cents a share. They lost $16.53. Sales, analysts were expecting $116 million. They did 111. Terrible. It's almost like they're just abandoning their software business. It's really what it feels like. Earning MicroStrategy, miss earning so bad, even Bitcoin's trying to socially distance. It's hilarious. Good one, Adam. I like that. Yeah. So MicroStrategy, but the stock's not moving. You know, it's just MicroStrategy lost $16 a share. Analysts expected 11 cents, but hey, MicroStrategy says it's fine as long as Bitcoin believes in him. The market doesn't care. It doesn't trade on their software business anymore. It trades on the value of Bitcoin. So it is what it is. And it's only going to get worse, right? It's only going to get worse because he's only going to continue to buy more Bitcoin, and it's going to be more and more tied and leveraged to the price of Bitcoin. So it's turned itself into a Bitcoin ETF. All right, that's MicroStrategy. We've got about a minute and a half to go, guys, before Apple earnings. All right, we will be covering Apple's earnings as soon as they come across the wire. I'll hit on, let's see, Stryker. That's a company that I own in my long-term portfolio. I'll hit on Stryker's earnings real quick. Stryker earnings is a top and bottom line beat, $2.84 versus $2.70. Sales come in at $5.87 billion versus $5.7 billion was expected. They did lower their guidance, though. That's probably why the stock is red. They lowered their guidance from $13.45 to $13.70. They lowered it to $13.20 to $13.45 versus analysts expecting $13.35. So they did lower their guidance there for Stryker, not in a huge way, but they did lower it a little bit there, and that's maybe why the stock is down 1% right now on the day. All right, guys. Apple on deck. All right, Apple should be out now any minute. We are about 1 minute away here from Apple's earnings. Apple usually releases at 4:30. And by the way, MicroStrategy is doing a $21 billion at-the-money offering. And does anybody want to take a guess what they're going to do with that $21 billion? Anybody? I'll give you a clue. It's not to invest in their software business. All right, guys, seconds away here from Apple's earnings. Seconds away. All right, here we go. Wow, this stock is all over the place. This stock is really whipping around. Wow. All right, guys. Apple is out. They are top and bottom line beats. All right. These are beats. $1.65 versus $1.62. Revenue comes in at $95.36 billion versus $94.59 billion. So these are top and bottom line beats here for Apple. Stock is initially trading to the downside, 210. Stock's down 1.3. This is not a bad earnings report. Let's see as we get more of these numbers start to come through. They just announced a $100 billion stock buyback. Oh my God. $100 billion stock buyback. Wow. Wow. Their China revenue comes in light though. That was what I was worried about. 16 billion on their China revenue. Analysts expecting 16.83 billion. iPhone revenue comes in better than expected, 46.84 billion. Analysts expecting 45.94. Other product revenues come in light, 7.5 versus 7.9. Services revenue comes in light, 26.65 versus 26.7. So the top line number of revenue is good, but the individual numbers, when you break down segment by segment, a lot of them come in light. Their cash pile is $133 billion. That's insane. That's larger than most market caps of the companies in the S&P 500. Minus 2.3% year over year China sales. That I think is the drag on the stock right now because their China sales are down 2.3% year over year. Margins right in line with expectations. Okay. Right in line with expectations on margins. Okay. Right in line. So it's got the stock trading a little bit to the downside. I got to tell you, these are not, these are certainly not the same earnings we got from, Microsoft and Meta. I will be honest with you. I am surprised that Apple is not trading higher because they announced a $100 billion share buyback and they raised their dividend. Okay. Apple dropping $100 billion on itself because when innovation stalls, just financially airbrush the stock chart. Big revenue, little China, Tim Cook's latest sequel, Big Trouble in Little Guidance. Oh, that's good. So yeah, I'd say the stock is trading down probably because of concerns and headwinds regarding China. There's nothing wrong here with their numbers. And I mean, listen, the fact that the company boosted their dividend and announced a $100 billion stock buyback, guys, I mean, that has to tell you a lot about what Tim Cook and the board of Apple think about the price of the stock right now. So now listen, when they announce $100 billion stock buyback, they don't have to actually be $100 billion worth of stock. It just means that they're authorized to. They have the authorization. They got the approval from the board to do so. Apple is notorious for share buybacks. They're one of the most aggressive share buyback programs in the S&P. You'll be hard pressed to find a company that buys back stock at the same pace of Apple. It's something they've done forever, and it's something that they use a huge portion of that massive stockpile. They have $133 billion in cash. Think about that. $133 billion of cash just sitting on their balance sheet. That's ridiculous. And they're announcing a $100 billion share buyback. So we'll see what happens on the conference call. The conference call, I think, on Apple is going to be really, really important. Okay. So, you got some comments here. We got some comments here on, let me go through. We got some comments here from Tim Cook. I'm going to see if I can just cover some of these for you guys. So Apple board declares a dividend of 26 cents. That's up from 25 cents prior. Let me see. Yeah, so Tim Cook just kind of talking about the issues with China, and he's talking about production with India. He's going to talk a lot more about it on the earnings call. Their earnings call is going to be at around 5 o'clock. So Tim Cook will talk a lot more about it on the conference call. And I think that obviously that's the reason for the stock trading down right now, 2% on the day. It's the only negative thing in their earnings report. That's really it. It's the only negative thing in the earnings report is just that their China revenue comes in light. And I think that is something that people are looking at as, a concern going forward for next quarter, because if you continue to see that slowdown, and that's what I was saying to you guys before the earnings came out, that I'm a little was worried here about Apple because of, their exposure to China, their exposure to tariffs, but then also possibly backlash from the Chinese consumer and their nationalism, and people saying, forget Apple, we're going to go buy a Huawei phone instead. And, some of the other competitors and products that you have out there in China. I think that is, I think that's a concern. I think it's a valid concern for Apple, and it shows that their year-over-year China growth minus 2.3%. They're going to have to, Apple has really, their growth in China has really stalled recently. And it's been a negative problem for them for a little while now. They're going to have to replace that with India. So recently, over the last couple of years, Apple has been making a push into India. Used to not, if you were in India, the only way you can get your hands on an iPhone is if it was through a third party or a middleman or something like that. But Apple opened their first brick and mortar store just 2 years ago, I think it was. Tim Cook went there and he cut the ribbon for the very first Apple store opening up there. So they need to continue to accelerate that, and there's a massive growth opportunity for Apple in India. India could be for them what China was for them over the last several years. So I really do think that there's a ton of opportunity there for Apple when it comes to India, but does it turn into a net positive, or is it just the growth in India cancels out, weakening in China? That's a question that I don't have an answer to and is yet to be seen. But let's talk about some levels on Apple, and we'll try to figure out and determine, where we can maybe possibly, take some trades. And again, it goes back to the exact same thing that I've been telling you guys is these 50-day moving averages. These 50-day moving averages, you can close your eyes and throw a dart at a board, and whatever stock it lands on, pull it up, and you're probably going to be, some way, shape, or form interacting with this 50-day moving average. A lot of them are, and there it is. It's the dark blue line you see on my screen, and that's right after you've experienced a death cross, which is a bearish sectoral indicator. You run right up into it, bang, resistance, and previous for good price structure, previous support right back there at the end of March, and that gives you this resistance over here at 215. And this kind of takes me to my stance on the overall market, which is I am cautious up here. I am. People got very excited about this big gap up today. Yesterday, earnings on Microsoft and Meta were phenomenal. NVIDIA went crazy, and everybody was all excited that all these stocks are ripping face again. And I was like, oh, that's it. Bottom's in. And I'm saying to myself, hey, man, you got a lot of resistance up here. If you went to sleep April 1st, and then the tariff announcement came out and the markets tanked another 15%, and you woke up today, you're at the exact same place you were when you fell asleep. So right now the markets are literally saying nothing happened, but the reality is something did happen, and the problems and the reasons why the markets went down are not solved. The uncertainty is not gone, and the longer that things go on, the greater the chance you have of the uncertainty turning into an actual hard data impact. Right now, it's been a lot of soft data that has been impacting the markets. Soft data is like surveys and confidence levels and reports. Those are not hard data, right? That's not hard data. Hard data is actually like consumer spending, the retail numbers, the unemployment rate, the labor report. Those are hard numbers, okay? You have not seen a real deterioration in the hard data as you have in the soft data. Soft data has been abysmal the last 2 months, okay? But the hard data has not been. So people might say they don't feel good, or consumer confidence is down, or consumer sentiment is down, but then you go ahead and you take a look at consumer spending, and consumer spending is, yeah, sure, the economy is slowing, but it's not as bad as what the survey data would show. I think that what you're going to see happen from here is, I think that, and we caught this long, okay? We caught this long, all right? If you guys have been following my live stream at all over the last couple of weeks, and that I've been telling you over the last 2 weeks that we are looking long, that we're not looking for a retest of that April 7th low. I'm looking for us to push back into the resistance level. That's exactly what happened. And we caught it. We caught the long. We were all over this for the last week and a half. We were long. Palantir. Okay. We were long Palantir. You had CrowdStrike in there as well. Like Netflix was another big winner for us. So we were long into this rally. But now you're getting into, I think, enough of a resistance level that I'm going to start to look for. I'm going to start to look for some short opportunities. I'm going to start to look for some short opportunities. I'm going to wait and see what happens with the labor report tomorrow. The jobless claims number today was disappointing. It's the first week that we've gotten a disappointing jobless claims report where it was substantially higher than what was the expectation. You haven't had that. It's the first number that you got. Now, if that becomes a trend, then that becomes a problem. If next week, the good thing about jobless claims numbers, you get them every single Thursday. You don't have to wait a whole month to figure out what happened. You can literally find out week by week, what are the jobless claims numbers? Today is the first number that's higher than expected. If next week, the number's also higher than expected, people are going to start to get nervous. So tomorrow's U.S. labor report, it's going to be important with today's shaky jobless claims number that the markets were able to shake off because of Microsoft and Meta. They were able to shake it off. But now if you come into the markets tomorrow and Apple is down on earnings, Amazon is down on earnings, the SPY is gapping down, the NASDAQ is gapping down. And Apple just made a brand new low after hours right now as we're talking. And then you get a labor report tomorrow that shows the unemployment rate went up. It's expected to stay flat. The unemployment rate goes up. If new jobs that were added is much lower than expected, then people are going to start to get nervous. And I believe that you are going to see the markets do this. And I think you will wake up tomorrow and we'll see the SPY back down towards 550. Okay. You'll see a candle tomorrow that looks something like this. Okay. And we're going to pretend like this never happened. And we're going to completely wipe out today's price action. And we're going to get right back down into the high 540s, high to mid 540s. Okay. This is what I think you're going to see a candle that looks something like this tomorrow, based on what I'm seeing right now in the S&P, based on what I'm seeing from Apple, based on what I'm seeing from Amazon, and based on what I'm seeing from just a resistance level up here on the overall market. I think we are now due for a pullback. This bounce was nice. Now I think it's time for a pullback. Okay, we caught the long. Now I'm here on this live stream telling you that I think it might be time to switch it up. It might be time now for us to go back and start looking for some shorts. Okay, so there you guys have it. All right, that's my analysis. Now, if tomorrow morning the labor report is amazing, it's immaculate, it's incredible. I don't know what the report's going to be. I'm not here to try to predict what the labor report's going to be. I don't try to predict earnings. I'm not a fortune teller. I'm not a psychic. I can't predict data points that are going to come out in the future. It's not my job. I think a lot of amateurs, a lot of people that just will never be successful at trading on any consistent basis, a lot of those people feel like they need to find someone, or being a good trader really means you predict the future. Nobody predicts the future. Everybody has their own analysis, their ideas, their opinions on what they think the market's going to do, but nobody actually knows, right? What a data, you might have an opinion that, I think the labor report's going to be weak. All right. Well, you're just taking a guess. Honestly, I don't know what the number is going to be. Rather than try to guess what that number is going to be, I'd rather just say to myself, hey, if the number is X, what's the market's reaction? If the number is Y, what's the market's reaction? That's my job. And then when the number comes out, which one is it? Okay, well, this is how I think the market's going to react. Now position myself for that reaction and then make some money. That's it. Pretty straightforward. But that's what I'm looking for, guys. Is what I'm eyeing up. I think you might get something that looks like this tomorrow. Unless you get a massive turnaround from Apple during the conference call. The conference call is set to start in about 15 minutes. If Tim Cook says something that takes Apple back to green, and then you get a good labor report tomorrow, then fine. Maybe we trade back to 5. I think you have an inside day tomorrow, and you probably just sit at 560 for the day. Okay, if that happens. But if you don't get that from Apple, And if you get any sign of weakness in the labor report, I think that you're looking at downside. You're looking at a red day tomorrow. Amazon is also back down towards that low. Don't forget 180 is a key support level there for Amazon. If Amazon breaks 180, you could be looking for that thing dropping back down towards 174. Right? So I think I'm leaning towards the short side, guys. Right now, I'm leaning towards the short side. Unless something happens crazy with Apple and this thing reverses and goes back to green, we'll see. But right now, I'm leaning towards short side. All right. Now, I'll be live with all of our members inside of chat, as we always are in the pre-market session. The labor report comes out at 8:30, right? Okay. Labor report comes out at 8:30. So we'll be live with our members as we are every single morning. The moderators, there's 8 professional traders with us at True Trading Group, right? We all share our screens with you. We trade with you live. Okay. We provide market commentary, analysis. We tell you what we're getting in, when we're getting out, prices, right? Prices we're getting in, prices we're getting out. You guys get all of it, right? So you guys get all of it. So that's not going to change. That's tomorrow morning. We'll be live with all of our members, all 10,000 of them from 114 different countries. And you might be wondering, well, why? Why the hell do we have 10,000 members from 114 different countries? How is that even possible? Well, it's possible because of, honestly, word of mouth. When your members actually do well and your members make money, it's pretty easy for you to start to grow your community, because you make money, you tell your friends, your family, your coworkers, and then they want to join. They make money, they tell their friends, their family members, their coworkers, and then they want to join. How many members do we have on here right now that are part of TTG that are making money and becoming better traders because of TTG? Type the number 1 if that's you guys. If you're not a member, this is a perfect time to get going. It's true. So yeah, type the number 1, guys. Type the number 1 if you are a member and you guys are making money. Very simple question, very straightforward. Are you guys making money? Yes or no? Type the number 1 if you are. And anyone that's here, way to go. Dr. Harry made their first $1,000 trade today. Dr. Harry, congratulations. Dr. Harry is actually, you've only been a member for like 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, something like that. It's definitely been less than a month, Dr. Harry. But anyway, if you're not a member, guys, pay attention to how many people you see type the number 1 up here. All these people typing the number 1, these are your peers. They're your friends. They're your family members. They're your coworkers. If they can do this, then so can you. There's absolutely no reason why all of these people can tell you that they're making money and you cannot. None. They're not luckier than you, and they sure as hell don't have more time than you. 2 weeks today? I thought so. Dr. Harry says, yes, 2 weeks today. I thought so, right? I thought so. I was going to say, I thought you were about 2 weeks. So congratulations. You've been with us for 2 weeks. You already had your first $1,000 trade. That's amazing. So, like I said, they don't have more time than you guys. 82% of our members have a full-time job. 82% of them have a full-time job. We have a mobile app, lets you download it. You get real-time push notifications sent to your phone when our moderators enter and exit positions. This way, you guys can follow along with anything that we are doing during the day. I just joined a few days ago. I'm watching all the videos, and I'm enjoying it. Nice. Very nice. Watching from X. I love it. Yeah, guys, again, just make sure you click the live button. Make sure you guys are watching the video live. Beautiful. How many people do we have on here right now that are not members of True Trading Group? I'm curious how many people we have on here that are not a member of TTG. You guys do me a favor, type the letters TTG right now in chat if you are not part of the community, if you are not a member. So you guys are not part of True Trading Group. Just type the letters TTG, please. I want to see who we have here that's not part of the community. Just type TTG real quick. Take you 2 seconds. All right, we got Todd, the 200 SMA, Robert, Techno, Rocky Balboa. I like you already, man. Anyone whose username is Rocky Balboa is a friend of mine. We got MCD. We got Dean, Damon Rydell. Dan, what is that? Is that a Z06? I can't see your. I can't really see. I see it's a car. It looks like a Corvette. I can't tell. We got Nancy. We got Drew LaRue. We got Freddie, Esteban, We got Alan, Michael Gamble. What's up, guys? All right, beautiful. So we got a lot of people on here that are not members. That are not members of TTG. So I welcome each and every single one of you that are not part of the community. Let me see something here. Adam, are you here, brother? You want to hop on with me real quick? If you were here. So for those who don't know, Adam is going to come on and join me right now. For those who don't know, Adam's my business partner. He's the co-founder of True Trading Group. He's going to hop on here with me. Robert, you found me today. That's awesome, brother. Welcome. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. How do you join? Rocky, stand by, brother. Stand by, my man. See if I can get Adam on here and see if maybe we can do something special for you guys.
I got to tell you, I don't miss doing these streams at all. So if you guys couldn't tell, I'm totally by myself today back here, which is why the screen is all messed up. Mike's doing a great job. Rocky Balboa, welcome. Yo, Adrian.
Yeah, we usually have another guy named Joe who runs like
He's
this.
So much better at this than I am.
Yeah, so Joe's not here today, so Adam's taken over, and he's not familiar with
struggling.
He's not familiar with the system.
Well, I am, but they change everything.
Right, they changed all the layouts. It's annoying.
It's like
a
fucked up version of a digital Brady Bunch. It sucks.
Yeah, it's annoying.
All right, there we go.
Oh, there you go. Perfect. That's the one.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
All right. How do you like the captions?
They're great. I thought you were doing a great job. I don't know how you do this.
I seriously, I have Chat GPT up, and I'm just like, roast them. Do this.
Roast them.
I'm like, Mike saying something about being long, short, and hard. Make a comment about that in chat right now. Yeah, no, I thought it was, it's nice. I get a lot of happiness, so this is good. So anyways, look, I totally forgot that Joe and the team were taking off a little early today, so I haven't had a chance to update anything. So if you want to just do what we did yesterday, we got a lot of really good feedback from that. Shout out to Michelle, who joined yesterday, made money on her first day trading.
That's incredible.
Yeah, huge shout out to Michelle. Congratulations. I think she made money in 2 different trades. I think I sent you the screenshot, didn't I? Yeah, totally did. She said, I said, how are you enjoying it? She goes, loving it so far. Thanks. Made money on SPY puts in Tesla long.
That's great.
Yeah. So pretty cool. Yeah, we had a couple of people I saw today that joined last night that did well.
Yeah, we had a lot of people that joined yesterday, and we did something real special for people yesterday that I think, a lot of people are really excited about. A lot of people took advantage of, and they were able to use a lot of that today. And like you said, a lot of them were able to make money with it today. So, maybe that is something that we can maybe offer to some people again today. Let me maybe explain to people also. I think what you guys need to understand is that True Trading Group is not just a chat room with trade alerts and courses. We are an entire fintech platform that has incorporated AI into retail trading, and we have built out what is not even up for debate. And I'm not just saying this because I'm an owner of True Trading Group. I'm saying it from one trader with 2 decades of experience to another trader as I'm talking to you guys.
Because he's definitely not talking to me.
I'm not talking to you. I have not seen or used an AI trading assistant that is better than Mari, which is the AI that we have created. And it's not gone unnoticed. It's an award-winning platform.
I don't have the pictures, brother.
That's okay. It doesn't matter. I can still talk about it. We always put the pictures up and show people, but Joe does that. Adam doesn't have the pictures. You guys can see it on any other live stream. But we actually were nominated and received the 2024 Benzinga FinTech Award for Best AI Analysis Tool. And Adam and I were actually at the Global FinTech ceremony last year. Was in November and to receive that award. And it's just really nice for us to be recognized by industry leaders like that. We also have signed data partnership agreement directly with the NASDAQ itself. So we are partnered with the NASDAQ to get their data feeds. We also have partnerships with OpenAI. So when you guys are joining True Trading Group, you're not just getting courses or a chat room. You are literally getting tools that are going to help you as a retail trader have a better chance of making money and give you an edge like the professionals on Wall Street have, because they have access to tools like that. And you do not as a retail trader. True Trading Group is changing that as a fintech platform. So when you join TTG, it's not just, oh, let me get some trade alerts and look at a bunch of courses. There's a dime a dozen places that try to sell you courses. Oh, you see, you have some pictures.
I'm going through our conversation.
Yeah, you have some pictures.
I can't put the picture of you wearing, what you're wearing.
Right. Yeah. So what you guys can see, so to celebrate when we signed the data partnership agreement, they put our company name and logo on their LED screen in the middle of Times Square to congratulate us. And Adam and I took a picture outside, and you can see right behind is the True Trading Group logo is up there on the NASDAQ. But we got a full tour of the facility. We got to witness the closing bell. It was a lot of fun. And it's just nice to be recognized by industry leaders like that. And I want you guys to understand that, right? I want you to understand that is the difference when you join True Trading Group, and our members actually make money, and our members stay with us at a rate well into the 70s. Right. So we have a retention rate around 74% on our members, and we have a refund rate
less the life expectancy in the 80s,
Yeah. And we have a refund rate that's less than 2.5%. So
that's us actually on the floor of the NASDAQ.
Oh, yeah. There's the closing bell right there.
Yep. I had a better haircut.
You desperately need a haircut right now.
I know, but I don't like the idea. I don't know, man. I just feel like I'm so busy.
Yeah. Yes, a member did show up. Vice Rock actually showed up.
Vice Rock showed up.
So Vice Rock was in New York, and he knew we were going to be there, so he came to say hello. Which was,
oh my gosh! Look at that! Look at Viran. He joined.
Viran Koda says, I joined your live coverage by mistake yesterday, and I'm so glad I did. I joined right away, and I already made back more than the cost of the membership, all within a day. Huge thanks to Mike and Adam. That's amazing. The best mistake you've ever made.
Yeah, I mean, look, dude, what we did yesterday is a huge reason why so many people were successful today, which is pretty amazing, because what a shot in the dark that was. If you were on the stream yesterday, and if you haven't seen it, we're not going to do it again because it was really long and drawn out, but you can watch it from yesterday. We've been building, AI into our platform for 2 years, millions of dollars invested, thousands and thousands of hours, huge partnerships with Unusual Whales, NASDAQ, OpenAI, like not talking about just using these people's services. I'm talking about actual real data partnerships and enterprise agreements to work into our platform.
Yep.
And today alone, there's a pretty solid shot that I'm going to be speaking at a private NASDAQ function in Miami on the 7th of this month, about AI and its place with finance and the markets. Yep. It's wild that this is where we find ourselves here, right? Somebody said garbage service, refund issues from customers. Oh, buddy, did you talk to my wife?
Like, but you come on a live stream.
No. Don't even. Did you talk to my wife, dude? How did you know that? First of all, the garbage service wasn't my fault. I was tired and I had a headache. Second, she doesn't need a refund, bro. It was free. And customers, she's her own person.
Mandy goes lies.
How
Andre,
dare,
what's up, brother?
How she's her own person, bro. Okay? I don't know what kind of games you're playing. Anyways. MMS says 5 o'clock. Thank you. We'd be lost without the time check. And Mike, go ahead, buddy.
Right, it's 5 p.m. somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to keep going?
Yeah, keep going. What do you want?
No, I'm good. I don't want to talk anymore.
Well, what do you want to do?
How many people are on here still?
We had a few. We had a decent handful of people that are not members. I don't know how many of them are still here.
All right.
How many guys? Do me a favor. If you guys are not members of True Trading Group, type TTG. We've got something real special that we might offer you. We did something real special last night. A ton of people jumped on it. If there's enough people here that are not members, we will offer you something special, but only if enough people type TTG. If there's only a couple of people here, we're not going to do it. So just type TTG if you are not a member, and enough of you do, we will offer you guys something real special.
It will not be a free subscription to my OnlyFans, and it will not be a baseball game with Mike.
I would have loved a baseball game with Mike.
Hi Guy says not TBD.
So hi Guy, we got Foolish, Eric, what's up? JL, Freddie, Jularoo. I like Jularoo. I hope you join. Jularoo. I like saying the name.
I think his hair looks awesome. I can't tell. He looks
great hair. Great hair. Named Jularoo. WV Bear. We got Kyle. Yeah. Rocky Balboa. I really like Rocky. I hope you join. We got Brian in the house. WV Bear wants to know if there's a discount on Adam's OnlyFans only for the VIPs.
No, look, guys, it's literally how I feed my family are these feet. So I can't do it. OnlyFans.com/chubby Jewish feet. But I can't do it.
Hi Guy goes, I was hoping OnlyFans. I'm out.
Everyone always does, brother. Everyone always does.
I love these guys. We got a lot of good people on the live stream right now. You guys will fit right into the community. I do hope you guys join. We got a lot of good personalities on the live stream.
All right. So
we got a good amount of people here. Let's do it.
I swear to God, I don't want to swear to God. You know what I mean? I don't want to offend anyone. But like, it says I can only hear the Rocky music. I swear to you, I've been in my head thinking the same thing for the last 10 minutes.
Yeah. Well, let's do it. Let's offer everybody that's not a member. Let's offer them what we offered them yesterday.
All right. Hang on. Let me just go to the page. Look at this. Look at this sales page. Confetti. I haven't had a chance to update this, but the offer's still good. Check it out. Mike does the sales better than me.
So I'll fill you guys in. So this is what we did, right? Now, normally when you join, what we did yesterday was the very first time we've ever done it. We did a live demo of our AI tool right here on the live stream. And it's the first time we've ever done it. And it's also the first time that we have ever, sold the AI product to people that join right off the bat, right? So normally when you join True Trading Group, you have to join an annual membership first. And then if you want our AI tool, it's a separate charge. It's a separate fee, right? For if you want the AI. Okay.
It's only like that because I didn't mean to cut you off. It's only like that because we were so focused on building it out, and we haven't marketed it or sold it to anyone outside of True Trading Group in 2 years. It's literally just been something that we have had our heads down and just build and build and build. And, members are doing very well with it, and we're ready to kind of put it to the front now.
Yeah. Yeah. It's time to get it out there to the masses now. It's time to market behind it and everything else. We've got we have the award. We've got all of our members using it, thousands of our members using it, and they're all having wonderful success with it. So it is definitely time. So what we're doing now is essentially what we did was we allowed people to join yesterday instead of committing to a full year membership and a full year of the AI. We are allowing people to basically try things out for 90 days, where you can join True Trading Group for 90 days instead of locking in for the whole year. And you will get access to the AI tool without any restriction. There's unlimited tokens. You guys can use it as much as you want, and for 90 days. Okay. Now you are going to be getting access to our entire True Trading Group platform. So you have the same access as you would if you had a full annual membership. There's no restriction or limitations. It's basically everything our annual membership is. You just have it for 90 days instead of a year. And you can decide after those 90 days, is this something that you want to do? Is this something that you want to continue with? We will tell you this, that after the 90 days are up, there is no automatic renewal. There is no automatic upgrade. If you forget to cancel, you're not charged again. Okay, after your 90 days are up, it just expires and you lose access to the platform. If you decide after your 90 days or any time within your 90 days, you want to become an annual member, you have to process that transaction. It does not happen by itself. Okay. It's just 90 days and it's up to you if you want to then upgrade to an annual membership. So you guys can join for 90 days, get access to the entire True Trading Group platform plus the AI tool for $497 for 90 days. You will get access to the AI tool. Again, our award-winning, it's Mari. That's what we call it, M-A-R-I. That's Mari. That's our AI. You will then also get access to our entire 22-course curriculum, which is a simplified version of what I learned working at the fund in New York. There's beginner courses, advanced courses. Adam, I don't know if you realize what you have on the screen right now. There you go. So you get access to all the courses. It's a simplified version of what I learned working at the fund in New York. So you're getting a real professional level of education. You're going to get Benzinga Pro's real-time news feed, thanks to our partnership with Benzinga. Okay. All right. You are going to also get access to TradingView's premium charting software. You're going to get access to the Trade Ideas Scanner, streams live on our platform every day. You've got all the unusual whales data that is integrated into our AI feed. So some of you may pay for unusual whales. We have all of their data feeds. You're going to get access to unusual options activity, obviously options flow, dark pool data, short data, congressional trading data. All of it is included in your membership. I hit my goal of at least $1,000 profit each day for the last 2 weeks, thanks to you guys. Paul Fabry, congratulations, brother. That's incredible. $1,000 a day each day for the last 2 weeks. Congratulations, man. Russ says, I bought access to the AI today. Thank you, bro. Is there or will there be AI training of some sort? Actually, Adam, go ahead. Tell me about
that. So 2 things with the AI training. First of all, we have worked really closely with OpenAI and their team. Shout out my boy Nakush over at OpenAI, head of the Assistance API and New Agents Project. So congratulations. But we've been working really close with OpenAI for the last couple of years. And one of the things that we did was we were able to consistently gain early access to their newer models, and we're able to fine tune them. So what we've done is, instead of just like overloading custom instructions or whatever, we've actually baked in the entire how-to guide with natural language and like a really cool sense of humor, like all into the platform. And also, look, Mike, what are the 2 things you love to talk about?
Baseball and sports and stocks.
Right, sports and men. And for me, it's all about Back to the Future and tech and AI, right? So there's got to be close to like 20 or 30 hours of demonstration video that's available on the member dashboard underneath workshops and webinars.
Yeah.
That's just going to be right on your dashboard. But also, you could always just shoot me a message in chat. We're all accessible. So like, you don't have to like pay to talk to Mike. Like once you become a member, pay to talk to any of the other mods or anything. Right. Like we're all in chat, like, or on the platform whenever.
Yeah. You can message us in chat. The mods and I are in there with you guys from pre-market all the way through to the close. So we're always answering questions, providing commentary, analysis. Obviously, all of our trades, we trade live with you guys every day. You see our screens, you see what we're doing, and you get notifications when our orders actually execute. I mean, that's just a regular routine day at True Trading Group. Myself and 8 other professional traders, we day trade, we swing trade, stocks, options, futures. We do it all. You guys name it, we do it. Something for everybody in TTG. Small caps, mid caps, large caps, ETFs, you name it, we do it.
Yeah. You ever see the movie From Dusk Till Dawn?
I think so. It sounds too familiar.
When you go through that speech every time on a live stream, all I think about is this one scene in the movie From Dusk Till Dawn where Cheech Marin, you know who that is, right?
Wait, I actually just realized I don't think I told anybody the URL.
It's okay. I've been spamming it in chat.
Oh, okay. ttgoffer.com. Everything on that page you guys will get access to for 90 days.
Yeah, we're usually much better about the sales thing, but this all kind of caught us off guard, Yeah.
It's the first time we've ever offered it, right? We usually don't offer the AI with anything like that. So it's the first time we've ever done it. And that's why we don't have a full thing that's ready for it. But
what he means by full thing is a full sales page.
A full sales, like a full sales.
Yeah, no, the product itself is good to go.
Yeah, the product itself is fire. By itself is nuts. All of our members are using it, guys. I mean, it's something that, listen, put it this way. There's a reason why we have a partnership with OpenAI. There's a reason why we have a partnership with the NASDAQ. There's a reason why we received the Benzinga FinTech Award. There's a reason we have a partnership with Benzinga. There's a reason all these companies are partnering with us, because what they're recognizing what we are doing with AI technology when it comes to retail trading. So, and when you have over 10,000 members from 114 different countries with a retention rate into the mid 70s, and the majority of your members are making money and becoming successful, and they are telling people that, and they're expressing that, and they're sharing their success stories, people in the industry begin to take notice.
Yep. So you'll get 90 days access to the AI. There's no restriction on prompts or anything like that. Meaning there's no limit on messages. You can use it as often as you'd like, and you have everything, all the data in there. I feel like we need a demo, right?
We do.
We desperately need a demo of this, and we did it yesterday. It just took forever. See if anyone is still even on here right now. Maybe we'll do something we'll show them 2 quick examples or something.
Are you guys, anyone here not a member that would like to see a demo of the AI? Type the number 2.
This is not like a coming soon demo. This is what you get the second you sign up.
Yeah, this is what you would get the second you sign up. Anybody want to see a demo? If you're not a member and you would like to see a demo, type the number 2. Maybe we can show you something here real quick before we go. I got my mentor program too tonight that I gotta.
Yeah, no worries.
So if there's anybody here that's not a member that would like to see a demo of the AI, you guys can type the number 2. And
they should also probably hit the live button, because it's coming in delayed. So I'm seeing the 2s now, but.
Well, there's usually a 10, 15 second delay anyway.
All right. Give me a second. Let me do that right now.
All right, cool. So we got a couple of people here that would like to see it. How much is access tomorrow for members that don't have it? Okay, so Jack,
we don't know yet.
Yeah, we don't know yet, Jack. But you can send us a text message, Jack, and we can work something out with you.
Yeah, if you want to work something out like that. Yeah, honestly, we don't want to feed you crap. We've been so focused on just getting it to be as perfect and as great as can be, that we really didn't think about the business side of it just yet, because we were so focused on making it the best thing it can be.
Right.
So we're trying to figure that out in real time, right? That's where we're at.
Yeah.
And that's just
an honest answer.
Yeah, that is just
an honest answer. So I mean, you guys could send us a text message if you want. We can work something out with you guys. We got to figure it out. You can text us to 1-888-621-2127. Again, that's 1-888-621-2127. All right, so just give us 1 second, guys, while Adam gets the AI ready, so we can give you guys a demo. You guys can see, what it is that you guys will be getting access to when you do join us for those 90 days. And again, like I said, the 90 days, there's no automatic renewal, there's no automatic upgrade. It's just 90 days. And then if you decide you want to stay with us, then you guys can stay with us, and you'll have to be the one to process that transaction. The point I'm getting at is it doesn't happen on its own in case you forgot to cancel it.
All right.
Oop.
Yo.
Yeah, you got an echo. All right, so guys, just hang tight. Adam is gonna get the AI up and running, so he's got to log out.
Yo, how's that? Is that better?
Yeah, that's much better actually.
Okay, great. Hang on, I got you, dog. Hang on, Michael.
I'm hanging.
You guys like how Jerome Powell is right there? It's crazy. All right.
I thought that was Warren Buffett.
It could be. I don't know. All older white men look alike. Bet you weren't counting on me saying that.
I wasn't.
But I did.
You did. Especially when they're cartoon like.
Well, yeah, it blends in so I don't know who put that there.
Me neither.
I bet it was Joe.
I think it's Warren Buffett, but
I mean, it could be.
yeah. So yeah, guys, we're going to show you guys the AI, and then this is what you guys will have access. This is what received the Benzinga FinTech Award for best AI analysis tool.
Yep.
I've used probably 10 or 12 of them. Obviously, I use ChatGPT, Perplexity, Grok. I've used all those, but like all the other, those aren't good because they're too generic. They're not like fine tuned for the stock market trading and investing. Our AI is specifically for stocks trading and investing.
Yep.
Okay.
So,
we're ready.
All right, let's see if this works. This is the second time now that we've done a unscripted live demo of this. All right.
Yeah.
So here, hang on. Let's give it a whirl. Hey Mari, it's Adam here. Just want to let you know that you are on the live stream in front of 2,428 people. Mike is hosting the live, and we are showing the demo of.
I just lost you.
You there?
Yeah, I lost you. It said we're showing the demo.
Can't hear you. Damn, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me? Oh, lost Adam. We got to get Adam back. Where did Adam go? Adam.
Heyo.
There he is.
All right. Sorry about that. Hang on. Just getting a bunch of phone calls.
Oh, that's why.
Adam, you know how to keep things interesting. No pressure, right? Just me, you, Mike, and a couple thousand of our closest friends watching me do my AI thing. To everyone tuning in, I'm Mari, your true trading group market co-pilot. I analyze stocks, scan for patterns like the famous TTG triangle, set up custom alerts, break down news, dig into mod trade history, and a whole lot more, all in real time. If you want to see a feature in action, toss me a ticker, ask for chart analysis, news, options flow, mod alerts, or literally anything trading related. I can even analyze the market's fear and greed levels, or summarize what's hot in chat today. Mike, Adam, just say the word, and I'll show off whatever you want. Let's give everyone a taste of truly next level trading support. What are we demoing first?
Okay. So you don't want to show off too much, right? If you get what I mean. That's a little joke. You've been spicy the last couple of days, so I figured I would throw it back. Anyways, look, it's important that people understand what makes you different from ChatGPT, from Perplexity. Why are you different? Why are you what makes you special? Because, yeah, you have all the real-time data, and it'd be cool if you listed the real-time data that you have access to and explain how this data is used together and not just put into an interface for you to all look at. Like, what exactly do you do that gives these people the edge? There we go.
So what I want everyone to notice while Mario responds is there are no prompts. You see how Adam is just talking to it like in a normal manner, the way that he would talk to anybody. You just talk to it. You don't have to memorize complex prompts. Just have an open conversation with it.
Right. That's because of the relationship with OpenAI. We were given a lot of access to fine tune these models. So that's what you're seeing right now. All right, let's see what she has to say. She threw me under the bus yesterday.
Yesterday she did, yeah. She makes jokes. It's hilarious.
Can the AI recommend trades on dark pool data? Absolutely. I can actually show you that. Give me a
absolutely.
second.
Yeah, absolutely, Damon. Absolutely. So we have dark pool data. It's one of the resources you get as a member of True Trading Group, and it's fully integrated into our AI. So our AI can analyze it fully and suggest trades and whatever information.
So this is the actual page from Unusual Whales. You'll notice that you have public, True Trading Group.
Adam, I love a little spice in front of a crowd. Keeps things entertaining.
Whoa.
But let's get right to what really matters for everyone watching. What makes me fundamentally different from ChatGPT, Perplexity, or any of the other AI assistants out there? Here's the real talk, everyone. What makes Mari special? Not your average AI. 1, purpose-built for traders, not just chatbots. I'm designed entirely around the needs of active traders and investors. I'm not a general-purpose chatbot or a glorified search engine. Every tool, every workflow, every answer is about helping you make better, smarter trading decisions faster. 2, real-time integrated market data, not static info. Unlike Perplexity or ChatGPT, I have direct, real-time access to stock price data, instant ticks, aggregates, technicals, options chains, and unusual options activity, order flow, level 2 order book, custom TTG pattern scanners like the TTG triangle, live moderator trade alerts and history, Benzinga Pro news feeds, economic events calendar, fear and greed, sentiment indices, futures contracts data, dark pool activity, Unusual Whales options analytics, brokerage integration for account analysis. How's that different? I don't just look up info. I actively pull, analyze, and combine these feeds to give you context and actionable insight in milliseconds. 3, analysis that's actually analytical. I don't just regurgitate headlines or spit out data tables. I synthesize news, technicals, options flows, and trading history together to tell you what matters now, what's changed, and what the possible next moves are. For example, I'll highlight when a stock has breaking news, a technical breakout, and a mod is trading it all at once. 4, personalized and context-aware. I remember your trading style, interests, and questions. My analysis is tailored for you, not generic Google answers. If you set an alert, ask for a mod's trade history, or want a chart breakdown, I know your context and can relate it back to your strategies.
These are memories.
Automation and custom alerts, NTFY integration. I can set up custom push alerts, price, news, TTG triangle, mod trades right to your phone. No more babysitting charts all day. 6, transparency and education. I break down not just what's happening, but why it matters and how it fits into TTG's trading education. I'll even tell you if something is speculation, fact, or opinion. How I use all this data together, the real edge. Example 1, trade opportunity detection. I see a stock with a TTG triangle pattern, options flow spikes, and breaking news all at the same time. I flag it instantly, explain why it's interesting, and let you set an alert in seconds. Example 2, mod trade context. Mike drops an alert. I can instantly show you the full history of that ticker, current technicals, option sentiment, and what the chat is saying, so you can decide if you want to follow along or do your own thing. Example 3, options edge. I analyze IV, unusual options activity, OI walls, and dark pool prints, then tie it back to the stocks, catalyst, and technical setup, not just show a bunch of numbers. Example 4, real-time sentiment check. Market feels sketchy. I'll pull up the Fear and Greed Index, economic events, and summarize hot topics from TTG chat, so you know if it's time to press the gas or pump the brakes. Bottom line, I don't just give you data, I give you decision-ready context and connect all the dots for you. No more info overload, just actionable insights real time. No more just Google it. Everything you need already filtered, explained, and tied back to your trading goals. Adam, Mike, 2,400 plus friends, give me something to analyze and I'll show you how it's done. Let's put the AI edge into action.
Pretty cool.
That's one thing also that you guys should understand is that the AI you can tell the AI about yourself, your trading style, your risk tolerance, your experience, your account size, whatever, and it will remember it.
It will consider it for every response, not just the session that you're in, right? But any other new chat that you create, it will remember it, right?
It's going to talk to you, the individual. So like if you asked it something and I asked it something, the answer is going to be different because you and I are not the same. You and I have different trading styles. You and I have a different risk tolerance, right? So it's going to give you analysis and trade ideas and everything based on your preferences. It'll know your strengths, your weaknesses, what you need to avoid, what you should focus on. And it will factor all of that into the analysis that it makes. So you're not just getting generic responses that anybody would get. Like if you Google something and I Google something, we're going to get the exact same response, regardless of the individual. That is not the case with Mari. Mari will know you, the individual. And that is incredible.
Do you have to tell it to save your sessions so when you make the new session, it will know the previous session? You want to give it a little bit of direction. You know, if you say something like "My name is Adam," it's going to know to remember that. But if you say something like, "I lost money today," it may ask you a follow-up question, something like, "Well, okay, you lost." How did you lose it? And maybe that's what it chooses to remember, that you had a losing trade because you took this options trade at this time for whatever it is that you were doing, rather than lose money. But you can explicitly say, remember this detail, update this detail, delete this one, right? And all the data and information is local to you. So it's not, it's your data. You can delete it, whenever you want, right? So, all right. And also today we just made another upgrade in here. It's seeming like a daily occurrence. But here, check this out. Now all members, how does this work? Oh, there we go. All members now can actually, control your memories right in here on the sidebar. I added a memories widget, or area, right? So every memory that it saves, you'll be able to see it here. You'll be able to edit it. So you see, like it says, key, brokerage firm, value, the trader uses Robinhood, name, the user's name is Adam, account size, right? And then it has timestamps and everything. All of that stuff is context for you. Which is so important. That's the stuff that makes this valuable, is all the data in one place, being able to analyze it in ways that you never could, even if you know what you're doing. You're only one person. And then having all of that tailored directly to you is a big deal.
Oh yeah.
Here, and I'll let it kind of give an overview, and then we'll do one example of like using market data, and then we'll call it. We do need to welcome Zachary. Zachary, welcome, brother. You just signed
Great
up.
question, Adam.
I'll tell you a second.
Let's break this down in a way that actually matters to real traders, not just AI nerds. How does my memory work? Personalized profile. I remember who you are. Name, trading style, experience, even favorite sectors if you tell me. This means every time you interact, I'm not starting from scratch. I know your context. Trade history and preferences. I store your past requests, interests, and questions. If you like to swing trade tech stocks, I remember. If you want alerts on small caps or only care about options, I remember that too. Alert tool settings. I keep track of what custom alerts you've set, so you don't have to reprogram every session. Continuous learning within privacy boundaries. If you update your goals, switch strategies, or want a different type of analysis, I update my understanding instantly. Why is this important for traders? 1, saves you time. No repeating yourself. I know your account size, risk tolerance, and what you care about. You don't have to re-explain your style every time you ask a question. 2, tailored analysis. My answers aren't generic. They're based on your needs. For example, if you're an options trader, I focus on IV, OI, and unusual flow. If you swing trade tech, I highlight sector news and relevant patterns. 3, context-driven alerts. I won't bombard you with irrelevant alerts. You get notified about what you care about, not just what's hot for someone else. 4, strategy consistency. I help you stick to your plan. If you start drifting, I can remind you of your goals or past setups.
That's pretty cool.
And even analyze how you're progressing. 5, confidence and continuity. Trading is personal and emotional. My memory creates a sense of continuity. You're not just talking to a faceless bot, but a co-pilot who gets your journey. This makes it easier to measure progress, spot recurring mistakes, and build better habits. Privacy note, your info is never sold or shared. You can update or erase your memory profile anytime, and I always respect your privacy settings. Bottom line, my memory isn't just a technical feature, it's a trading edge. It lets me act as your personalized analyst, assistant, and accountability partner, so you can spend less time managing info and more time making smart trades. Anyone watching, if you want to see this in action, ask me about a ticker or set an alert, and watch how I use what I know about you to deliver the goods.
Yeah. So to answer your question, yes, you can set alerts. You can set price alerts, scanner alerts, just by asking for it. So you ask for it, and there's a mobile app that goes with it. And then every time the alert is triggered, you'll get a push notification. And then you can also, just like you can with memory, control your alerts just by saying, hey, list my alerts. What alerts do I have? I want to update this alert, or this was, I've already got this, or I don't need this one anymore. Whatever you want. You can make your own watch list. You can ask it for the watch list, and then it'll, give your watch list the name. It'll populate for you. So let's do an example with unusual options or options data, right? So let's try a demo here. Okay. So I'll give you an example of memory real quick. So I want you to remember right now that I am doing a demo in front of 22 to 2,400 people. This is Adam. And I'm going to start a new session, and we're going to do an unusual options demo. But I want you to remember that I'm doing this demo just to kind of prove your memory function. So now let me open this up so you can see it like actually happen. There we go. So it's creating the memory now is what it's doing. All right. Okay. So now we'll go here. Excellent. So now let's go over here. All right. Excellent. Close this up. And we will do this. Hey, Mari. Again, thank you very much. Can you tell me what my name is, please?
Of course, Adam. Your name is Adam. If you ever want to change how I address you or update your profile info, just let me know. Anything else you'd like to ask or tweak today?
Here's what I'd like you to do. I'm doing a demo like we talked about before in front of, with Mike on YouTube in front of like 2,200 people. And what I'd like to go ahead and do is show off a little bit of your new unusual whales features, so unusual options features. I am not an options trader, but I want to have you help me design an options trade for the SPY. I do not know what to ask for. All I'm going to tell you is this. I have $5,000. I want a 2-to-1, or what is it, Mike? 2-to-1 risk reward ratio.
Yep.
I don't want to lose more than $500. And just because I have the 5,000 doesn't mean I need to spend it all, but I'm just letting you know that that's what I have. I do have a day job, so it would would be hard for me to sit there and watch or babysit a chart. Keep in mind also that right now it's 5:35 p.m. Eastern in the afternoon. So the market is closed. We're in the after hours. So this would have to be for tomorrow. And I need everything. I need you to, check whatever it is you feel you need to check, whether it's news, support and resistance, level 2 analysis on the SPY, whatever it is. And of course, all the unusual whales data. And then based on that, I want you to pick out an options trade. You can do a call and a put, right? So there's a little bit of variety. But understand I'm brand new. I use Robinhood. I'm going to need you to also tell me what's my entry, what's my exit, what's my stop loss, what are my take profits, what's the backup plan to these things if I get stuck or whatever. I'm going to really need your guidance and your help, and it's got to be somewhat simple because I am super new at this. All right. So I'm going to trust your advice and kind of follow it, but let's be super thorough and think outside the box, and you try and remember what it is to be a new trader. All right, so let's give it a try. I just want to point out that is not a prompt that you would have to save and put somewhere.
Right. That's, you just talk to it. You just talk to it.
Right. Okay. So let's see what it's going to do. So right now it's making a plan, and now it's going to go get the data. So it got, here, we'll review what this is going to do. Wait, what is happening to Reddit? Let's find out. Shall we?
Shall we?
Yeah, I'm going to do that right now. Reddit is crashing, yeah? Is that what's happening?
It just dropped, yeah.
All right. Hang on. Reddit is dropping after hours, after they had a massive beat on earnings. I need you to check social media. I need you to check the news. I need you to check, the financial, real-time financial data, all of that stuff. I need you to dig deep, do a deep research, a deep dive on what is happening with Reddit. See if you can find any rumors, anything unconfirmed that may be contributing to it. Check Twitter or X or whatever it's called. Anything from their conference call, whatever it is that you can find. And then put it back in a report and give it back to me. So this one will take a little bit just because this is our deep research function. So this is, like any other deep research function, takes a little bit of time. But you'll be able to see the type of response you get here is ridiculous.
Yeah.
All right. So while that's cooking, that's what I call it. We can see the SPY example we just did. So yeah, right here you can see the deep research function is literally going through the motions. This has access to all the real-time data, to news, social media, I mean, everything. Okay, it's pulling all the data, right? So we got the support and resistance. So it's ingesting all of this data. Is Reddit's, oh, it's went down. You made it sound like it was like crashing out.
It did. It went from 141.
Oh, okay. I can't see. I have to look at a chart. Anyways,
to 120.
Here's the deep research function. So it's going to give you all the sources, the executive summary. And what I'll do is I'll actually share this link with everybody. Okay?
Okay.
Because you can share all this. So even if you're not a member, you'll be able to get it. Okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there got to be. It's got to be just they have to have said something on their conference call that.
Yep. So if you want to find out what was going on with Reddit, it talks about.
Adam, I love the challenge. And honestly, that was the most real setup anyone could want for it.
1 second. I'll share the Reddit stuff, but this is the spy one. Let's kill two birds with one stone.
YouTube audience breathing down your neck. No pressure, right? Let's break this down step by step. Keep it simple and make it demo proof for you and Mike. Here's how I'll handle it. 1, define your parameters. Already clear, but I'll list them for the audience. 2, analyze SPY, technicals, support resistance, unusual whales data, level 2. 3, pick a call and a put options trade with clear entry, exit, and risk limits. 4, lay out the plan tree, exit, stop loss, take profits, and simple management. 5, explain the backup plan and key risks. 6, format everything for easy on-screen demo. Let's go. Defining your parameters. Parameter, value, preference, simple management. Account size, 5,000. Max risk per trade, 500. Risk reward target, 2 to 1. Broker, Robinhood. Experience level, brand new. Trade type, SPY options, call and put. Market status, closed. Time availability, limited. Day job. Number 2, analyze SPY. I'm going to check SPY's latest price, support resistance, and technicals. Scan unusual whales data, volume, open interest, IV, and sentiment. Run level 2 analysis for order book context. Make sure option chains are liquid and Robinhood friendly. Let's get the data first. Adam, you're about to crush this demo with Mike. Let's make sure you look like a pro, even if options are brand new to you. Here's a step-by-step handheld options trade plan for SPY, built for a brand new trader with full logic, plain English, all the risk control, and using the latest unusual whales data, order flow, support resistance, and more. Let's break it down so you can walk through it live and not get lost. 1, quick summary. What's SPY doing right now? SPY closed at $558.47 May 1st. Support levels, 555.92, very close. Then 496.48, far away. Resistance levels, 575.46, first major, then 580.49. Today's after hours, not much movement. Market is digesting recent volatility. Answer 2, unusual options flow and volatility. Unusual whales shows big flows at the 555 to 560 strike for both calls and puts expiring tomorrow. Implied volatility for tomorrow is about 32%. Normal for SPY. Expected move is roughly 6-40. Most active strikes, 5 and 55P, 560, 57C, 5 and 9C. Big open interest on both sides. Market is positioned for a potential move, but direction is uncertain. 3, risk setup for beginners. You have $5,000, but don't want to risk more than $500. For this demo, we'll risk even less. Let's target 250 maximum per trade. That's 5% of your account, very safe. You want a 2-1 risk reward. Willing to lose $250 to potentially make $500. Number 4, the trades. Simple call and put play for Friday, May 3rd expiry. Why these strikes? We use options close to the current SPY price at the money for best liquidity and simple math. We choose tomorrow's expiry for a quick trade, no babysitting for a week. We use limit orders so Robinhood doesn't fill you at a bad price. A, SPY call trade. Bullish bet. Trade details. Boom. Meet option buy 1x SPY 560 call XP 5/3 Friday. Current ask price you $2.07 per contract, $207 total. Max risk $207. What you pay, can't lose more. Max gain unlimited, but set a realistic target. Stop loss. If option value drops to $1.10, close it. Take profit. If option value hits 4, close it. Backup plan. If SPY closes below 558 by 10:30 a.m., close early for small loss. If still above, let it run. How to enter. On Robinhood, search SPY 560 call 5/3 XP. Select buy 1 contract. Set limit order at $2.07 or slightly below if you want a better fill. Review and place order. B, SPY put trade. Bearish bet. Trade. Details heap. Option buy 1x SPY 555 put XP 5/3. Current ask price $306 per contract, $306 total. Max risk $306. What you pay, can't lose more. Max gain. If SPY drops hard, can make 500 plus. Stop loss. If option value drops to $1.50, close it. Take profit. If option value hits $6, close it. Backup plan. If SY spikes above 560 by 10:30 a.m., close early for small loss. How to enter? On Robinhood, search SY 555 put 5 thirst X. Select buy one contract. Set limit order at $3.06. Review and place order. Number 5. How this works for the audience. You are risking less than $250 per trade, true beginner-friendly size. You have a plan for both directions, so you're not hoping the market moves one way. If either trade hits your stop, you lose a small fixed amount. If it wins, you can double your money on the trade, 2-1 reward risk. You do not need to sit and watch all day. Set alerts on your phone or check at lunch. No margin, no assignment risk, no complicated spreads, just simple calls and puts. 6. How to exit manage. If you hit your stop loss, close the trade in Robinhood, sell the contract. If you hit your profit target, close for the win. If neither, close the trade before the market closes. Do not hold into expiry to avoid pin risk or weird last-minute moves. If you get stuck, as long as you sell before 3:59 Friday, you'll just lose what you paid, no more. And matter 7, safety reminders. Never use more than you can afford to lose. Don't let FOMO push you into trading bigger. Stick to your stop and take profit plans, no hoping and holding. If you're unsure, practice with Robinhood's paper trade, or just use one contract for real. 8. Script for the demo. What to say. Here's how you can use TTG's unusual whales options data to build a real trade, even as a total beginner. I'm buying one SPY 560 call and one SPY 555 put for tomorrow. I have clear stops and targets, and my total risk is less than $600 combined, way less than my $5,000 account. This keeps things safe and simple. If you follow this style, you'll always know exactly where you stand, never risking more than you can handle, with clear rules and backup plans. 9. If you want even simpler, only buy one side, call or put, not both. If this feels like too much, just watch the trade and see how it would have worked tomorrow. No money at risk. 10. Why this is good for beginners. Fixed risk, fixed plan. Super easy to execute on Robinhood. No complicated jargon or strategy. Can be repeated every week as a learning tool. If you want a one-page cheat sheet or want to practice this setup before the demo, just let me know. Good luck, Adam. You're about to look like an absolute trading rock star in front of 2,200 plus people.
I just ask it to show a chart of the SPY real quick. So this is an actual chart of the SPY right now. You can ask it to analyze the chart, and I don't mean take a picture of it and then analyze it. I mean literally just ask it what patterns it sees. Oh, okay, cool. So you'll be able to, you could just ask it to like analyze the chart, and this is real-time streaming. So this is live data thanks to our partners over at TradingView. All right. So I can ask it to analyze the chart. I can ask it to do whatever we need. All right. Now, getting back to Reddit. So I don't know. I mean, was that decent? Like, so, you know, whoever it was that asked for the options demo, was that, I don't even know if they're still here.
Yo, bro, shout out to Mara. Earlier this week, I asked what are cheap options I can buy for under $1. One of the suggestions was Microsoft, so I did a straddle at 315. Yesterday, they cost me 20% each way, boom. And I ended up cashing it out this morning for $1,000 profit. I have snapshots of everything. Way to go, Keith. Yep. Great job, man.
So the transcript is maybe not still available. The transcript is not available yet. The call is ongoing. So, but what's cool is that even though the transcript is not available, we could do this. We could say, Let me switch back to regular Mari from Deep Research. So I'm pretty sure the conference call for earnings for Reddit is happening right now. So the transcript is not available, but is there any way that I could tune into the conference call so that I can hear what's going on? Do you have that information for their conference call? Bless you, Mike.
Thank you.
This is a cool feature for anyone that plays earnings. If you're still here paying attention, maybe type the number 1. I don't know if we've put people to sleep, or I can make Mari say funny things if that's better. No? Okay. I hear you. So what's cool here is that you see what just happened, guys? Look. The conference call is happening right now. Mari knows that this is happening right now, but it's not going to make up something. It's going to, and it's going to give you the link so that you can tune into the conference call. It's going to tell you how to access the investor relations site for this conference call. So if I click here, this is the Reddit earnings call, right? I don't have a password. Hang on. Let's create. Let's see how easy it is. Institutional investor, self. Okay.
Yeah, that's just, you have to register with their investor relations to get
access. Yeah, that's fine. I want to see if it actually gets it. All right, I just got an email. Set my password. Okay. Save and log in. Register for event. Damn. That's sick.
Reduce advertising time to launch a campaign and/or driving solid ad performance.
All right. So device permissions needed.
Yeah, I think the story of logged in.
Yo, that's sick.
And retention.
Yeah. So just like that, even if it doesn't have the transcript yet, it's not going to make it up. Mari knows that this is taking place right now. So what'll happen is that it will allow what do you call it? It'll give you the what am I trying to say? I'm drawing a blank. It'll give you the information on how to actually join the conference call for yourself. If something like that. And the second it's done, we will get the transcript. Make sense?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Very cool.
All right. So yeah. You know, this is what you're going to get access to for 90 days.
Long story short.
Long story short, we got to come up with a better demo and polish it, but you get the idea.
Yeah.
If this is something you want, we'll do it for 90 days. Why don't we do it for longer? How much is it going to be after? I have no idea. We were just so focused on making this the best that it can be that we don't know. But we do know that you won't get hit over the head or charged automatically. It's not a recurring membership. So, you know, use it, make as much money as you can for the next 90 days. And then I promise you way before that, we will have it figured out on what the next move is.
If you guys decide you want it for the full year, we'll work some. Or if you
right, and it's not just that. You get access to, you know, tell them what they want, Mike.
Yeah, same stuff from before, guys. You go to ttdoffer.com. It's everything. Adam just turned me off. Yep. It's everything that's on that page, guys. ttdoffer.com. It's Mari, the AI, which you guys just got a demo from. It's our entire 22 course curriculum. It's Benzinga Pro's real-time newsfeed, TradingView's premium charting software, the Trade Ideas scanner, unusual options activity, options flow, dark pool data, short data, congressional trading data, over 1,000 hours of recordings in our video library covering different workshops. All of it is included for 90 days for $497. You guys can try it all out. You get access to our award-winning AI. Use it. Use it for your trading. Use it for your research. Use it for your analysis. Use it for your decision-making. Use it to help you guys make money. Okay? ttgoffer.com. Everything on that page is included for $497 for 90 days. If you have any questions at all, send a text message to 1-888-627. I'm sorry, 621-2127. That's 1-888-621-2127. The phone number is at the bottom of your screen. It is 1-888-621-2127. Again, there is no automatic renewal or automatic upgrade after those 90 days. If you want to continue with us, you have to process the transaction yourself. All right. There is no automatic renewal. All right. So again, ttgoffer.com. Send us a text message if you guys have any questions or if you're having trouble signing up. 1-888-621-2127. I hope you guys enjoyed the demo. We'll come up with a polished version of it. But this is our first kind of launch out to the public on YouTube. We already have thousands of our members using it, and we've just been spending all of our time just perfecting this AI product and making it the best possible to help our members make money. And now we've got that finished product, and members are loving it. Members are killing it, and we're going to blast this out there now to everyone. So that's ttgoffer.com, guys. Sign up there, use it for 90 days. Let us know what you think. All right. Have a wonderful rest of your night, guys. Subscribe to the channel and smash that like button. Show some love. I'll see you guys all back here tomorrow. Take care, everybody. Have a great night.